Back to the weather now. It's hot out there, but not the extreme heat. This is glass half full, not the extreme heat we've been dealing with for a large part of the summer. Pat, how's the rest of the weekend shaping up?
Rest of the weekend's going to be pretty much status quo. But yeah, I mean, at least we're not dealing with the triple digits that we've been seeing, for the last 2 weeks pretty much on end. Heat advisories to the north, but it's not just the central U.S. that's seeing the heat. It's also the northeast. Heat advisories and even extreme heat warnings in effect, excessive heat warnings for parts of New Jersey. And this is why high temperatures in the northeast, mid to upper 90s, which is on par with what we're seeing here in Texas. So not much in the way of escape from this heat, depending on where you go. 100 in Austin today. We ended up at 96 in Houston, 102 for Del Rio, 104 Laredo, and 100 up in Dallas. This is the reason why we've got two areas of high pressure, one out here in the southwest, the other one out towards Bermuda, working in concert to kind of grip the eastern half of the U.S. under this giant heat dome. The only relief that you'll find is up towards the Canadian border, and we're not going to see any of that here as we go through the upcoming week. A lot of clouds right now. That's providing a little bit of relief. 91, though, still up 11 degrees from this time yesterday because of those storms that we had yesterday. Feels like 100, though, with the air mass so humid. Despite the humidity, though, and despite the clouds, we're not really seeing anything on radar. On the wider shot there, you can see we did have a few spotty downpours generally along into the south of the I-10 corridor within the last 2 hours. And then again, some bigger thunderstorms up to the north, but those have totally fallen apart and just left a lot of cloud coverage in their wake. So through the rest of the overnight, we'll just see a few clouds around. It stays warm and muggy. For tomorrow, we'll do it again. That dashed blue line, that's the sea breeze boundary starting to lift to the north. That'll bring us a spotty chance for an afternoon or an evening storm. I think as we get into Monday, though, that sea breeze is really going to stay to the east, so I think it's going to be the driest day of the week for most of us here in southeast Texas. Maybe just a 10% chance, but really higher chances out towards Beaumont and as you get to Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So here we go with FUTURETRACK. Sunday morning, a pretty similar start to what we had today. A few early morning showers down through the coastal spots and a long I-10. And then as we get into the afternoon, we'll see those chances kind of lift to the north of I-10. So this is 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So much of the day, I think, for most of us tomorrow is dry. Again, chances are still pretty low. And then as we get you into the evening hours, everyone starts to dry out. And then Monday is a mainly dry day. Again, the best chances for any downpours on Monday are going to be mainly to the east of town. I think western areas are going to stay dry for the most part. As we get into the end of the week, though, we do start to see those rain chances tick up. And this is the reason why, because we don't really have a ton of atmospheric moisture to deal with. So we're going to see just spotty chances for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Notice the brighter green, though, starts to kind of push in from the south. That could nudge the chances up just a little bit by late week. It's nothing to write home about. We go from maybe a 10 or 20% chance to a 30 and 40% chance by Wednesday and Thursday. Bottom line, there is no big drought-busting relief in sight. Here we go all the way over the next 7 days. At best, a half to an inch of rain. Again, higher chances mainly staying to the west. Good news, though, I guess, is that there's no development expected in the tropics for the next 5 days. The reason I say I guess, we could use some tropical downpours here in southeast Texas. So for tomorrow, again, temperatures ranging from the mid-90s, triple digits farther north and west. Pretty standard day with mainly sunny skies, just an isolated storm chance. We're flirting with 100 on Monday. A few of us will make it there. And then we kind of settle back into upper 90s for the upcoming week. Again, 30-40% chance. It's not a big drought-busting pattern. It's kind of more of our typical summer pattern that we haven't seen so far this summer. So I just don't want you to get your hopes up. If anything, it's still going to be hit or miss through the end of the week. Just maybe a slightly better chance for Friday and Saturday. And then beyond that, we kind of get back into this pattern. So very, very stubborn as we go through.
Stubborn, dry, and hot.
Yeah, stubborn pattern for the end of July.